Hi there, my name's Slade, I'm a filmmaker. Today we're going to talk about the Sony FS5 and the DJI RONIN MX. Do they work together, what lenses can you use, and do you need to spend horrible amounts of money on weights? First things first, the Sony FS5 comes with a kit lens, and I didn't want to use the kit lens. I don't know a cinematographer who does. So I bought myself a Viltox speed booster. Now I've got the speed booster, I can use all of my Canon glass. So I've got my 70-200, my 24-70 and my 16-35. They're all f2.8 and it's a fantastic range of lenses to take out on any shoot. First things first, we'll try on the 70-200 and 70-200, all the weights in the front. It's a really heavy lens, really light camera. Out of the box, Sony provide a BPU-30 battery. It's a really small battery. It keeps the weight of the camera down, but when you've got a massive lens like this on the front of the camera, all the weight's over here and none of the weight's over here. To combat this, I went out and bought a BPU-90. It's an enormous battery and it sticks out the back of the camera, but hopefully it does something to redress the balance of some of that weight. So now, as you can see, the weight is a little bit more reasonable. There's a whole load of weight on the front, but thankfully there's a bit out the back and the camera's a bit more manageable. If I stick a handle on it, it's a little bit more reasonable, and as you can see, you can hold the lens. If you ever go out with a 70-200 lens handheld, good luck to you, but it's going to get you some really beautiful shots. However, this is a gimbal test, so we'll put this away because you're never going to use a 70-200 on a gimbal. I am, however, going to want to use my 16-35 and my 24-70. So let's try the 24-70. It's the heavier of the two lenses. The 16-35 is lighter than the 24-70. Let's try it with my BPU-90 on the back. So straight away you can see that that's not going to work. It's really front heavy. It's a massive heavy lens on the front and the battery is protruding so far out the back that you can't move the camera any further back without hitting the back bar of the Ronin. So that's not going to work. Let's see if we can try the smaller battery. So smaller battery, you can get the camera as far back as it's possible for the camera to go. It means you can't tilt upwards, but that's as far back as the camera goes and it's still really front heavy. That's not going to work either. Thankfully, I've come up with a nifty solution for this. So what you're going to need is some camera tape, some Velcro tape and some lead. This is a curtain weight. I bought these on Amazon for next to nothing. It was about £2 for a packet, and they are 25mm by 25mm by about 2mm. They don't weigh a great deal by themselves, but you stack them up and eventually they start to weigh a decent amount. And then this is a piece of roofing lead. I got this from my friendly neighbourhood builder who gave it to me for free, but you can get this from any decent hardware store. It's not very expensive. When I got it from my friendly neighbourhood builder, he told me one very handy tip is that you can cut this stuff with a Stanley knife. So what you do, you score down the side, give it a couple of goes just to make your cut nice and deep. Be careful of your fingers, and then you should be able to fold it and fold it, fold it. There you go, and that's a nice clean cut. From this, I made these. These are the weights that go on the battery. So this is just loads of these stacked up, and then I wrapped it in camera tape, and then I stuck some Velcro tape on the top and the bottom, and then I wrapped my battery in Velcro tape. The wonderful thing about this battery is because it goes so far out the back of the camera, there's this much space to put Velcro tape on it. So put the small one on top, put the big one on the bottom, and then just to make sure it doesn't fall off, I put a safety strap on top of all of that. That is going to weigh down your camera and bring all the weight to the back. Very important piece of information: when you've finished handling lead, wash your hands and wash the table you've been doing it on. Lead is incredibly unpleasant. So you've got your BPU-90, it's all wrapped in Velcro tape. You start with your small weight, you put that on the top, and you slide it on in there. Now the big weight you have to put on after the fact, because otherwise you can't slide the camera on because it gets in the way of the plate. And then you put your safety strap over the top of the tube. And there you have the 24-70 balanced on the Ronin MX. It's got a load of weight on the back, but that works. Let's give it a go. So there you have it, a Canon 24-70 on a Sony FS5 on a DJI RONIN MX. Beautifully balanced and weighted. It is quite heavy, but it works absolutely beautifully every time. All this kit is stuff that I own and use professionally. No one's paying me to do this and no one sent me anything. This has been my first video, so if you liked it, you know what to do. If you want to see more like this, then please subscribe, and if you feel the need to troll me, then go ahead. Other handy tips: SmallRig make a rosette mount so that you can get your Sony FS5 grip onto the side of the Ronin MX, and that way you've got all of your controls, your record, your stop, your zebras, your peaking, and all of your various function buttons that you have in this hand exactly where they should be on the end of the Ronin MX. So when you're carrying the whole thing, you've got it in your hand. It goes on the end here. And then you don't even need to go out and buy a little rosette for there, because there's a little thread in there. You can just screw it on. One more thing. The reason your Ronin's vibrating is because you just clicked auto tune on the app and it sent the stiffness up to 1,000,000. Dial it back to about 40 and you're golden.